to my channel. I am so happy to see you. Today is a video about one of my most favorite things, which is eyelashes. And I know eyelashes are like a controversial thing sometimes. Sometimes people say you don't need lashes. Sometimes people say you do. You don't need lashes, but girl, I love a good lash. Okay? I just love a good lash. And because I love a good lash, I learned how to do them myself. Because I'm the ultimate DIY girly. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Brittany, Just Be TV. And if you're old here, welcome back, girlfriend. I am so happy to see you. Let's get into these lashes, girl. I'm going to show you my favorite lashes, how to do them, and how to make them last so you don't be having lashes on your pillow. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So I'm starting off with a set of lashes already because we are going to remove them in this video. Most DIY lash kits come with a lash remover, and all you do is you rub the lash remover on the base of the lashes, let it sit for a couple seconds, and then pull the lashes off. You can use your tweezers. I like to use my hands just so I can make sure that it's easy to come off. If it seems like it's a little tough, I'll go in and put a little bit more lash remover on, and that tends to do the trick. And as you can see, I'm just pulling them off. Then you're gonna go in and put some more lash remover on your lashes because you wanna make sure you get all the glue off. You need your lashes to be extremely clean for your next set to stick and last longer. Make sure your lashes are free of any glue, residue, oils, dust, dirt, anything. Clean your lashes. I like to use some soap and water, and then I just wipe it off. I love lashes, but I also love taking them off. I don't know, it just feels so freeing. So I usually go like a full day without any lashes, just so one, I can get used to my natural face again, because eyelashes do enhance your features and they do change the way you look. So I like to just go like a full day, maybe in a few days, depending on what I have to do, just with my own natural face, my natural lashes, just to give my eyelashes a break. But for the sake of the video, we're going to do them over. But normally I do take a break. So now that we're applying our lashes, I like to do a wispy set. I think a wispy set is the best of both worlds. It's in between volume and in between classic, which classic to me sometimes can look really like natural, which is fine in person. But because I'm on camera, I like to just bump it up a little bit. And then the volume for me is just too much. Sometimes it like weighs my eyes down. And sometimes it's just too dramatic. If I want my eyelashes to be volume, I'll add a strip on top of the ones that I'm going to be doing. But I normally like to go for a wispy set, like a medium wispy set. And the lash kits that I love to use is by a company called Look. This is their Moonlight, which is their wispy volume. So this is if you want to go a little bit towards the volume end, still wispy. Then I have Twinkle, which is my favorite. Twinkle is my favorite one. As you can see, it's like kind of spiky all the way through. And when you layer those, they look really wispy. And then last but not least is Demon Wink. I hate the name. But these are wispy as well, but they have like a little stronger, what I would say, lashes in them and lighter lashes. So what I like to do is I like to mix all three. Now, if you're looking for a good Amazon brand, I think they do have Look on Amazon. Of course, I'll link everything down below. But a brand that I also like that I got from Amazon is called Vita Lash. And these are a little bit longer and they're still wispy too. So as you can see, I love these ones as well. So I usually go for these. And these are just easier accessible because, again, they're on Amazon. I'm not sure if these are on Amazon. I'll check for you. But I got these from TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is where Look is. And this is the ones that I'm going to be using today. You can do which one you like, depending on what look you're going for. But I'm just going to give you the basics on how to make them last for a long period of time. The tips and tricks. And how to make them look natural, because I feel like lashes need to look, now they're not going to look like your natural lashes, because they're going to look a little bit more bold, but I don't personally like them to look like overdone. Y'all know my channel is all about DIY, but make it look like your best self, natural self. And that goes the same for my lashes too. So I like a good set that looks good, enhances my beauty, but is still on the natural end, that is not just like out there. Now, don't get me wrong, I will do an out there lash every once in a while, but mainly this is my go-to. I think I'm gonna go ahead and mix Demon Wink and Twilight. These are my two favorite kits over all of them. When you get a U-Look kit, it comes with your lash and seal and your lash remover and a set of tweezers. So it has everything in one kit, which is perfect because that's what we want. And you have a bond and seal, and you're going to apply the bond, then you're going to apply the seal afterwards. Now the bond for this is white. Some lash kits have black bond, but it really doesn't matter because when it dries down clear. What I like to do, and again, this is the way I do it. It might be controversial. People do their lashes different, but this is the way I do them, okay? And it works for me. I like to go ahead and apply it like a mascara. Now, I don't add a lot, but I do go ahead and apply it mostly at the root, but like mascara. And make sure to get all the lashes coated. Like so. And the reason why I like to do that first is because while you're looking at your lashes and getting your lashes prepared, it's going to dry down a bit. I feel like it works better when it's more tacky and it's not like freshly applied. So the first thing you're going to do is take the tweezers that come with the kit, and the best way to remove the lashes from the tray is to get the base and pull it up in one swoop. You might have to pick at it a bit to make sure that it's lifted, but once you do that, it should be easy to grab. Then you want to take the tweezers and hold it by the tips of the lashes, and I like to add lash glue to the base of the lashes as well. For me, that just makes them last longer and stick way better. I'm starting off with an 18, and I like to put that on the very tip of the lashes. Now, depending on how much of a cat eye I want, I will go in and add another 18, and I will slightly overlap the two. Overlapping is the key to making them look natural. That is what gives it that seamless blend. Next, I'll go on with 2 14s, 1 or 2 12s, depending on the length of the lashes, and then a 10. That is my normal lash map, but if I want a different look, it will be a different lash style. There are different lash maps for different lash styles depending on your eye shape. If you want a video on that, let me know. I'll be happy to do a video and help you decide what's the right style for your eye shape. I'm a cat eye girly, so I like my eyes to look more slanted, and having that 18 at the end is what gives me that effect. Once I get all the way to the center, I go ahead and make sure that they're all the way I want them. Sometimes I'll go on with a double layer if I want them to be a little bit bolder, but with this style, I like it just like this. So now we are done with our first eye, and I did a little bit of a remix because that's what I like to do. I used 118 from this pack. I used 2 14s from this pack. And then I went ahead and used a 12 and a 10 from this pack. And this is what you have. Now you see how it's wispy? You can see the spaces through. That's what wispy means. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this other eye off camera, and then we're going to be back to finish the set. Now this is what it looks like when both my eyes are complete, and the next thing to do is to seal the lashes, which is on the other end of the bond normally. I like to make sure it is fully saturated and use that tip to push up into the base of the lash, making sure that I get that fully coated, and it helps to remove the stickiness. You don't want to use too much, but you want to make sure that you do use enough because this is what makes it last. So a trick that I do to make them last really long is to seal it, but also seal it on the top. And how I do that is I go ahead and add a little bit of this to the tweezers, top and bottom like so. And then I go in and I tweeze the lashes at the root. Now the reason why the seal is important, do not skip that step. It stops the stickiness from having your eyelashes all stick together, and then it just seals the lashes. It seals in the glue with the other lashes, and that's what makes them last a long time. But doing this step to me makes them last even longer. And once it dries down, there shouldn't be any stickiness. Also, girls, sometimes if you have to, go in and use your finger just to make sure. If you feel like the tweezers are not getting it in there enough, use your fingers. It's not going to hurt you. Trust me. Make sure you do it after the seal, though, because when it's too sticky, you can loosen up the lashes. And also, I don't think I need to tell you this, make sure your fingers are clean of oils and bacteria and dirt and all that. We're going to take a little spoolie and just brush them out, kind of separating them a little bit. Now, you want to make sure that you do not get your eyelashes wet for at least 24 hours. So do not go into the shower. Don't go into the steam room. Just try not to get them wet. That will loosen them up, and you want to make sure that they all sink in and soak in before you get them wet. Also, before you go to bed, you want to wait a few hours because you don't want to just sleep on your eyes while they're fresh, and then you bend them all up and they look all crusty in the morning and they're laying on your pillow. That's why you got to wait till they dry down and seal in. It takes a minute for that to happen. And here's the final result. So girl, that's the end of the video. I hope this helped you because girl, we got to learn how to do this stuff ourselves. It is so much easier, time efficient, cost efficient, just everything efficient to learn how to do them yourself. And it only takes me 30 minutes out of the week to do my lashes. It is just the best alternative. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go get them done, but I find that when I do them myself, I can save my lashes, I can save my money, and I can save my time, girl. That is the best thing that I think that we should be doing. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Also, if you don't have a comment, feel free to leave a heart. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. If there's anything else, feel free to leave it down below. I try to answer every question. I appreciate you so much for your support and your love and all your kindness that you've been giving me. And until next time, girl, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.